Hi guys, this is Delaney here with Healing Gifts Boutique. I hope everybody is doing good and that your day is full of blessings. And even if you don't think it is, so count them. No. I just did a video right before this for a collective reading. I did a masculine, I pulled some cards for the masculine, the feminine, and the collective energy and future collective energy. Anyways, the energy was really, really insane. I'm really, really tired from that reading. I'm going to post this one first so everybody can get the heads up that something really weird was happening in that video. I was talking so fast and I couldn't talk. Like, I kept saying that I thought there was like a throat chakra thing happening, but with the feminine, but the more that I read the cards, I was like, it's happening this whole time. And time felt different. My mannerisms were different. I am working on making a video this weekend, just with different changes that are happening with the collective and on Earth, and just tying a lot of things together that just randomly it was just really random. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, the cards that I pulled really went along with a lot of that stuff, and it was hard for me not to just like do the whole video then, but something was not allowing me to talk. Like, if you watch this, you're gonna be like, and if you know me, you're gonna be like, Delaney always talks good as hell, you know, like she just loud as hell. It's just weird. It's insane. I can't even explain it. I watched the video and I was like, oh my gosh, people are gonna see this and think something's seriously wrong with me. It's so weird. I'm exhausted from it. Anyways, then I got on to do this twin flame reading, which is what we're doing here. So we're going to do divine feminine, masculine, yada yada. This can be twin flames, soulmates, whatever you call it, lovers, karmics, soul stars, twin souls, labels. Just this is going to be love between the feminine and the masculine. I tried to do the recording already and it stopped recording it. I'm having some problems here. So, missed the shuffling on this, which happened to the collective reading too. But whatever, let's just jump in here, guys. So this up here is the feminine's heart space. This down here is the masculine's heart space. It's really interesting. Please keep in mind this is a collective reading. Everything is not going to resonate with you. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you're feeling uncomfortable with the way that I'm reading, or you don't like the way that I'm reading, or you're not resonating with anything that I'm reading, then I'm probably not the reader for you. That's okay. Just hop on YouTube. Seriously, there's so many readers out there. I will give a shout out to a couple of my favorite ones for you guys. I like the Happiness Coach, Whole Again 1111, Mystic Moon, Aqua Moonlight, Simone Ascending, and Queen of Light 1111. I could do 15 minutes of just different videos to watch. Oh, also look up the Peace Dealer if you like astrology. Please join the $1 Million Vibe Tribe. What? That we do ceremonies with like 800 people, and it's a good time. Anyways, getting back to this. This is very strange. So the Divine Feminine has the Chariot, the 8 of Cups in reverse, the 7 of Wands, and the Hierophant. The Masculine also has the Hierophant, so they are mirroring. But what I noticed is the Masculine isn't showing up in the Feminine's heart space at all, which is weird, because then the Feminine's showing up in the Masculine space, and it just seems a little bit different to me. A little bit backwards to me. So what I got for the Feminine when it comes to the Chariot, so what I read here, we'll just go with that, is that the Feminine has figured out what she wanted. I also want to say that some of you guys might be dealing with a Cancer or a Capricorn. This is the Cancer's mother, Capricorn's the father. When a Cancer finds what they want, they go for it. She, you know, the mother goes and gets it. She does not play around. She rushes in for it. That's what the Chariot's all about. So the feminine she knows what she wants, and she's going to get it. And the only reason she knows what she wants is because, you know, you're trying to like manifest something. You want it, you want it, you want it, and it finally shows up, and you're like, eh. Like an example is like I kept thinking about this movie I really wanted to see. I was like, I'm gonna go rent it. Well, it just popped up on my TV screen like a few hours later as a free movie you could watch, which I'm like either. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if that was a premonition or if I'm just getting really good at manifesting. No. But then I didn't want to see it anymore. You know, sometimes we think we want something, and then when it comes around, we don't know. We don't think we want it anymore. And I just want to say that it's okay. If you wanted something and it finally came back around and it was right in front of you, and in that moment you're like, I don't think I want this anymore, then don't take it. Do not feel guilty. Don't take it then. So the feminine she's done waiting. She's going to find her 9th cup. She's going to fulfill her wishes, and she's standing her ground. She ain't playing around. She's got a lot of passion for this. And I think that, I think she's still looking for, you know, the marriage, the soulmate, but I think this is also, even some more spiritual work, some higher realm stuff. I might pull some more cards for that, because it's still a little choppy. So for the masculine, he's got the 2 of Cups, the Priest or the Hierophant, the 7 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like the tables have turned for some of you twin flames out there, collective I'm talking to, soulmates, whatever, for you lovers out there. So the masculine is really wanting this 2 of Cups. Like, he is wanting it. He's praying for this 2 of Cups. Like, he's getting spiritual. He's praying. He's trying to manifest. He's using the power of prayer to get his feminine into his life. Then we have the 7 of Wands, though. So in the traditional tarot, the 7 of Wands is a man with like bandages around his head. I almost said his neck. Around his head. And there's all these wands behind him, and he looks like he's been beaten up, but there's nobody around to beat him up. So it's kind of more like, how do I want to say this? It's like right there. Kind of like, he's a little upset that I think maybe some of you divine feminines turned down the masculine. Maybe he came around and you didn't want it anymore. Like, hey, I waited around for you. I put a lot of work into all of these cups. Do you know how much work I did? And you didn't come back up as quick as you were supposed to. And I'm going to find something else because you hurt me too much. I know what I want. The path is clean and clear. And I think our lessons and some soul contracts are over between some of these twins. That might not feel okay with some of you. Maybe we'll pull some cards and see some other aspects of this, but for a majority of the people that I'm picking up on, I think that the feminine was like, no, I'm going to find it somewhere else. I'm busting out of here. And the masculine is really upset, like, please send her back to me. He self-sabotages himself. He has beaten himself up with passion, some fiery wands, and he's got the 5 of Pentacles. He's just waiting, like, I'm fulfilled, just sitting there. We are gonna get some more cards. Let's do this, guys. Pulling cards, yeah. You seriously have to watch the video before this. You guys are gonna be like, what? It's so strange. Okay, how's the divine masculine feeling? Oh, the sun, huh? I didn't ask the question. I don't want to take that card. How's the divine masculine currently feeling in his heart space towards the divine feminine? The Magician. Oh, this makes sense. He's learning. He really is. He's stepping into things that she already found, like she already worked on the manifesting and it came around and she didn't want it. He is learning all of those powers within himself. So the magician in the traditional tarot has a guy standing there, and he has a cup, a coin, a wand, a sword, and then there's like an infinity sign. So it's really just talking about using all your aspects, your passion, your feelings, your truth, and your mental aspect, also connecting with the spiritual and with mother. So using all of you to manifest things in your life, harnessing all that you are, becoming whole, using your power. He's trying to do that. Let's see. What does the feminine have to say back to this magician? I can just see some of you guys like, waste your time. No. All right. How's the feminine going to respond to the magician in her heart space? How's the feminine feeling towards the divine masculine in her heart space? Divine feminine currently feeling towards the divine masculine in her heart space. Oh, okay. So this is very interesting. I'm thinking that this could be, so for some of you, maybe the masculine has not contacted. For some of the collective, he's contacted. You're like, no. And some of you are probably looking in other places, young love. But for some of you, I don't think that the masculine has come to you yet. And this is kind of why you're still have some of this 8 of Cup energy, because you're just like walking away. You're still, battling a little bit. You know what you want, but he hasn't come around yet. Well, I think he's understanding this love and this union between you guys, and he's praying and he's learning, and he is beating himself up a little bit for not seeing it before, but he's just kind of, the coins are material. He's just trying to get his ducks in a row and manifest this in his life. But you gotta, masculines, I know that it feels good to you guys and you feel more ready for the union. It puts you in your more masculine place to have that money there. But some of you masculines are just so focused in the material world. She loves you, and you don't have to have all those things for her to love you. You can heal together. You don't have to heal completely to get together with your soul partner or your twin flame. You guys will also do a lot of healing together. So the feminine, she's got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups can be synchronicities. So some of you could have walked away after the masculine came around, and you're getting signs and synchronicities that was the right thing to do. The pages are young, they're innocent. So this is realizing love and seeing love, the idea of love. It's the idea without the action. So the Knight would be the action, a little bit more mature. This energy is just a little bit strange today. Let's see. Let's get one more card for how's the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine in her heart space at this time. Oh, she's got the 4 of Swords. This could be about forgiveness. This could just be about resting, contemplating over things, spending some time inward, meditating. It's also going to be coincided with the 4 of Wands and stuff. So firm foundations. I think that the feminine, even though we've already done a lot of spiritual work, you guys are really dedicated to yourself. That's what's happening here. I'm done waiting. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to go live for my spiritual self. I'm finding my love, and I'm going inwards. That's great. That is That is fucking beautiful. And you're going at it full speed. Like, I am all me. Well, of course, when you switch to that energy, all of a sudden, when it's not on the masculine, he's like, well, I can feel it. Where has she gone? And he's like coming up quick, like, oh, I better catch up. I do love her now that she's not there and not energetically leeching onto me. No. Now that she's not like, you know, she's focusing on herself. I won't be that way. Now that the energy is on herself and not on him, he feels it and recognizes it. And he's like praying and trying to figure out a way to get what he wants. And he's kind of being hard on himself. And he's like focused in the material world. And he's trying to just like, I don't know if you guys see this card, but it's kind of funny. He's like, I'm trying to get this all together. We'll get one more for the masculine in his heart space. Good for you, ladies. Yes. Love yourself. And if, like I said before, if you don't want to wait anymore, you don't want him anymore, you do not have to feel bad, even if you did put in all that work, to be like, you know what? It's okay to change your mind. It is okay to say no to the masculine. Because not all soulmate twin flame journeys end up in union with each other. It's really about finding union within yourself. And that's what the feminine's doing. You guys are finding union within yourself. You're coming into complete freedom. That 0 point. That's great. Okay. How's the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine in his heart space? One more card. How's the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine in his heart space at this time? How's the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? I said that wrong. How's the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine in his heart space at this time? Oh yeah, yep, the 10 of Cups. He is coming in full force, guys. He knows what he wants. You might not see it yet, but he feels you pulling away. I had some purging happening earlier where I got like really, really codependent and I felt like really old school me. And then all of a sudden it like, you know, like purging, like it comes up to the surface, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming out. It's like, when you like catapult forward, kind of like what the planet's doing on like collective levels. That's what the feminine's doing. I see it. And it's making the masculine come right along. He hasn't said anything yet. He's still kind of trying to figure it out, but he knows what. So the 10 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. It's the end mark. Like, I've got my cups. I've got my woman. I've got, but there's a baby there. Whatever. Maybe dogs. Who knows? So yeah. The masculine, he has finally recognized the feminine. Only because she has finally recognized herself. Congratulations, ladies, for hitting that unity inside of yourself. That is great. That is beautiful. Awesome. So now I think this will be fun. Let's go ahead and see how the feminine will respond to the masculine when he comes forward. How will the feminine respond to the masculine and his realization? How's the feminine going to react to the masculine and his recognition? How is the feminine going to react to the masculine and his recognition? Oh, okay. So some of you guys, well, let's finish. Some of you guys, I'm jumping the gun. Some of you guys are still going to say yes, but you guys, let's get the rest of the cards. How's the feminine going to react to the masculine and his recognition? Wow, that is a busy. How is the feminine going to react? Oh, this is good. So this is the King This is the King of Wands. I thought it was the Queen. I tricked myself up there. How's the feminine going to react to the masculine and his recognition of the connection, his realization of the love? I want both of these. Oh, yes. See, I knew it. One more. How is the feminine going to react to the masculine and his realization of the connection between them two? Well, one thing I have noticed is that the masculine is popping up in her spread, and he is popping up as a king. So that is a good sign, because when I haven't done any videos, but he was really just popping up of that Knight of Wands, where I'm like, I'm out. That's the Sagittarius. I kid you not. If some people watch this, they'll be like, they might take that personally, but it really legitimately is. And anyways, so he's showing up as the king here. So let's read this. The 10 of Cups, so wishes fulfilled. The King of Wands, this is going to be like determination, passion, standing your ground. Then we've got the Two of Swords, the Page of Wands. I actually want to keep this. So I'm getting a few different things here. So for some of you feminines, you you are kind of torn. You have a decision to make. You're not quite sure if you don't know if he's going to be, if that's your wishes fulfillment anymore. And you're kind of standing your ground. You're being independent about it, passionate about it. You're going over, these things in your head, and some of you have some new ideas, some newfound passions, and some newfound truths within you. And I see right here with the High Priestess that some of you guys are going to just choose you, and that's great. The High Priestess she's powerful, right? She's got both aspects. She's got the wisdom of the moon. She's got the light and the dark. She has got the feminine and the masculine. She's got all of it there. Now I can read this another way too. Some of you guys are going to go all in. You don't really have these, you know what you want. Hold on, something else is coming in. This is funny. This is how I'm told to read it. Okay, so we're going to go this way for some of you guys, see, and this way for some of you guys. So I see some of you guys accepting your king and going on to, your wishes fulfilled. He's finally a king. He's being independent. He is made up his mind. He's decisive. He's passionate. Yeah. Some of you, you're not sure of this. This indecisiveness is bringing about new ideas, fresh ideas when it comes to passion, and this is very much standing your ground, like in my truth. I'm not even seeing that as the masculine, and I know it's a king of swords, all about truth, all about mental clarity. Yeah, very strong. And then, I don't know, let me see if I'll put the card up here. So behind him, on one side of him, where the sword isn't, there's a bunch of clouds. And where the sword is, it's clear because of the clarity. The sword brings the clarity. I think that what this is saying is that you are going to make that decision. And then there's the butterflies and stuff in the background. And to me, that's just I'm choosing myself. I'm going to fly away. Yes, and that's just helping you guys step into your power of the High Priestess. Yes, the High Priestess is, for me, I look at the Empress as earthly, she knows the laws of the land. The High Priestess, she knows the laws of the universe. She is connected. Her crown on the top, Yes. She's got the moon under her feet. She's got the light and the dark. She's got all the polarities. She also has the Torah scroll on her, sitting on her. I actually don't know anything about that. I should look that up a little bit. And I do know that something to do with her dressings has to do with, I want to say, one of the planets. Anyways, she's just cosmically in tuned and wise. So that's just how some of you guys are going to react to the masculine when he steps forward. Let's go ahead and see what the masculine has to say to the feminine at this time. I have all these other cards out. Let's use some of them. Spirit, actually, let's say the masculine's higher self. Do you guys have anything to say to the feminine at this time? Goals. What a masculine thing to say. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Masculine, do you have anything to say to the feminine at this time? Decisions. He's like, make your decision and let it be me. Words from the masculine to the feminine at this time. This pretty much just goes right along with the rest of the reading, but that's how it goes. I want to get one more. Masculine, any words from the masculine to the feminine at this time? Signs and synchronicities. Okay. All right. Words from the feminine to the masculine at this time. Boundaries. What, girl? Yes. You high priestess, riding that chariot, finding your love. Yes. You set those boundaries. Put them up, girl. Okay. Any words from the feminine to the masculine at this time? Words from the feminine to the masculine at this time. She's like, nope, that's it. Words from the feminine to the masculine at this time. I gotta blow this candle out real quick, guys. Oh, this deck that I'm using right now is the Self-Care cards by Cheryl Richardson. I've also been using, I don't know what this deck is. It doesn't have a box, and I've never seen it before, and I watch tarot readings all day. And this is just the regular Rider White. Okay. Any words from the feminine to the masculine at this time? Give us something, girlfriend. Speak. Of course, it couldn't just be a little bit. It was too much. No. I'm going to try these. These are the Shamanic Healing deck by, her name is Michelle Mutazaz. Matuzaz. That's hard to say. Feminine, any words to your masculine at this time? Whoa. Something flipped over, and I'm pretty sure it was... I know I saw it. There is, yep, Ascension. I knew it. Any words from the feminine to the masculine at this time? From the feminine to the masculine. Visions. Oh, watching. She is watching you. Any words from the feminine to the masculine at this time? Oh, okay. So what the masculine is saying to the feminine at this time: goals, decisions, new beginnings, victories, celebration, and synchronicities. So it's not too far off from what we've already had. Let's see. Goals says, set a goal, write it down, and release the outcome. Small steps make a difference. When I hear the masculine say goals, it just sounds like a little bit louder. You know, like, goals! That might be like some programming in me from football. So I think that the masculine, he's got his goals. He knows what he wants. Like we saw with the 5 of Pentacles, he's working on his masculine stuff, you know, the money, the material things. He's got his goals. He knows what he wants. Decisions. Honor your top priorities. It is not an absolute yes. If it's not an absolute yes, then it's a no. I just said this to myself earlier today. It's a coincidence. So for some of you masculines out there, you might feel that way if the feminine doesn't speak up right away. Like if you're not going to say yes, then it's a no. But don't do that in a cocky way, or she better say no. But just like to protect yourself. And hopefully she's nice to you too. We've all have stuff to apologize for. But I think really what this is saying is that the masculine has made his decision. He's got his goals. He's made his decisions. He's being very like responsible and organized coming into this new beginning. This is my deck that I made. Victory and celebration, to celebrate. The signs and synchronicities, which for me, I just get the recognition, the realization, the awareness he has finally had on what is here between you guys. He's just saying, hey, he's pretty much just saying, I'm ready. I've got my ducks in a row. I know what I want. Let's start this. He's excited. He's celebrating, and he's getting clarification, and he wants you to know that he is getting the clarification that this is the right decision to make. He's making the right decision. The feminine has boundaries. Set boundaries. Protect your precious time and energy. Yes. She is loving herself, though. I already said that. Ascension. Yes. I know that the feminine is, you know, always more awake than the masculine, and she is a little bit more ahead of him, but that doesn't necessarily mean what I think. It doesn't mean she's better or smarter than the masculine, you know. We don't need to get into that. This is just saying that she's ascending a little more. When I first stepped into the spiritual world and I had an awakening and it was rough, I thought that like that was it. I like hit this level, and I went through it again. Like it's just layers. The ascension never stops. You will constantly ascend. And each time I've gone through another ego death. This time was a little bit quicker, but it came on a little bit rougher. The ego death did. Those are hard. A lot of anxiety. I think that's happening in a collective level right now. But she's ascending a little bit more. She's setting these boundaries, setting her ground. So let's say she's speaking this to the masculine. It says, she's like, okay, yeah, you recognize this. I'm setting boundaries, slow but steady. So I set my boundaries. Sorry, something popped up on my camera. So I'm setting my boundaries. I'm not who I was before. There are those boundaries. So you need to come in slow and steady. And then the next card is because I'm watching you. I'm watching every step that you take because this is reunions. She wants it too, but she's coming in with boundaries. She's coming in protected. And that's good because there's not going to be that codependency. So without the codependency of the feminine and the surety and the masculine, it looks like that runner-chaser dynamic has really ended, which is great because then you have the twin flame card right here. There is reunion. I'm really proud of you, feminines. Like, yes, come in. I'm setting my boundaries because I'm smarter now. You need to go slow because I'm watching you. But let's do this. That's great. I love it. And the masculine's like, goals, decisions, yeah. Party. No. In my masculine voice. No. So let's go ahead and do the current connective energies between the masculine and then future connective energies. And then we're going to end this reading. I'm hoping that I don't run out of time. If this video gets cut off, I'm going to tell you guys now that it might. I hope not. I'm going to have to get a new camera. If I was in hyperbolic speed like I was in the collective, we wouldn't have a problem. Seriously, you guys got to watch it. I am going to post it. I was like, I don't know if I should. It's very weird, but I'm going to. Okay, let's do this. What is the current connective energies between the feminine and the masculine at this time? Current connective energies. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hee hee. Honoring your energy. They're both honoring themselves, which we saw that though in their heart space. You know, he was honoring, I think by him recognizing the connection that is honoring himself, because he's honoring his feelings. And before he was only honoring himself and not the feelings. And now the feminine is honoring more of herself than her feelings. If that makes sense. I hope that came out right. Unlimited possibilities. Yeah, so that, what I get there for the energy, unlimited possibilities, well, obviously you have unlimited possibilities, but really it's just like the energy's flowing really good. Like the tree of life, you know, life force, it's just flowing really well. I can feel that too. What is the current connective energy between the masculine and the feminine at this time? Spirit, current connective energy between the masculine and the feminine at this time. The High Priestess, they're both connected up there, you know? Current connective energy. Guidance. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Current connective energy between the masculine and the feminine at this time. Current connective energy between the masculine and the feminine at this time. Let's do one more. Current connective energy between the feminine and the masculine at this time. What are the future connective energies between the feminine and the masculine? At this point in time and space, what are the current collective energies for the feminine and the masculine at this time? The future card readings are kind of always iffy because they can change all the time. Like I can do current stuff and they can stay the same. Like seriously, like 4 or 5 cards will stay the same and it's trippy and it's weird. And then you do the future one again and it changes, you know? It's like a butterfly landed in the forest and 100 trees fell down and I stubbed my toe. It changes everything. What is the future connective energy between the feminine and the masculine? Too many. Future connective energy between the feminine and the masculine at this time. 10. That's always good. Future connective energies between the feminine and the masculine at this time. Future connective energies. Okay. Okay, Virgo. Future connective energies between the feminine and the masculine at this time. Future connective energies between the feminine and the masculine at this time. Okay. So the current connective energies are honoring your energy, unlimited possibilities, the High Priestess, guidance, alignment and higher self, and the Ace of Wands. So what I'm getting is the energy, you guys are both honoring yourself. So this is something that's happening on the 5D between you, which is a lot of that has to do, or it's showing us that by the High Priestess and the higher self. You're both honoring your energy right now. All of it's just flowing really good. It's just, there's not a lot of blocks, but you can tell that by your individual readings where when the feminine is learning to love herself and the masculine is waking up. That's pretty much what you want in the dynamic, you know? Then you guys have the High Priestess, so you're both connected and both becoming wiser in the spiritual planes. The masculine had the magician. He is learning his power to co-create in his life. There's guidance. There's an owl on this picture, so I think there's probably omens. Maybe some of you guys are seeing animal omens, talking to spirit guides, coincidences, maybe just downloads. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like saying something in my mind, like, one example, I kept waking up and I'd be saying, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I just took that as a download. But I woke up the other morning and I was getting a download. It was the rise of the feminine. It was the day that it was the day of the elections. And they won. And I remember I posted in the morning. I was like, rise of the feminine. I was downloading it all night. But just, that's an example of a download. Another download would just be something weird that happens. Like if you just hear something, like it just catches your ear and it's like an answer to something you've been wondering about all day, you know, just ways that spirit can get those answers to you here in the matrix. Next, alignment with the higher self. Yeah, you guys are, your chakras are good. You're living through your higher selves, or you're letting your higher self live down here with you. Then we have the Ace of Wands. So all of this is pretty new. There's a newfound passion. It's great. It's a new beginning. I think that a lot of stuff got cleared out of that connective energy. The future connective energy is a little weird though. Something changes, but that could change too. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles. That's coming together, and having abundance in like the spiritual world. So like the house, all that stuff. And you know, some lovers want that. It's makes some people happy and they're still together, right? They're secure. So just like having that material, wealth, and security. This is the connective energy though. Whoa, I just dropped like half the deck on the ground. Okay. Maybe, I'm going to take this somewhere else. Maybe this connective energy is, because this pentacles are the earth signs, so they're grounded. So maybe it's coming a little bit out of the 5D down into the 3D. So some more unions. Then we've got the Hermit. So that can mean being by yourself, or the Virgo. But here, since it's a connective energy, what I'm getting is like you guys have both found that light inside of yourself. Then I have wrapped up. I feel like you guys feel safe and comfortable. Rested and rejuvenated, the Panda. The energy is a little bit mellower and calmer. More peaceful and grounded, yes, for sure. Forgiveness and teaching, that's great. So you guys are forgiving each other. Forgiveness, I think, ultimately is always about forgiving yourself. Teaching. When one teaches, two learns, and that's what this whole dynamic is about. You know, you both are teaching each other. You guys are mirroring each other. I don't know how to say this. When one teaches, you both learn. It's about mirroring each other. And our problems are we usually are mirroring the same stuff, you know? We wouldn't realize that, oh. So like I'm sitting here at my masculine, mad at him because he's emotionally unavailable. Well, then I need to sit down and ask myself, am I being emotionally unavailable? And then I find out that the answer is yes. You know, that's what mirroring is. So then his mirror, what I'm mirroring to him could be something totally different. Like, she's being distant, you know? Well, maybe it's not me that's being